Let us know. Let us know. Next up here on the docket, we do have the Baltimore Ravens sitting at 2-2 on this young NFL season, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals 1-3. Currently, right now, Mark, the Bengals have a 3-point favorite, and the spread is 2.5 as of right now. The spread is quickly closing on the Ravens Cincinnati game. So, Mark, with that being said, give me 3 ways Cincinnati can win this weekend's game.
Well, number one, Joe Burrow, he came out and said that he needs to have a near perfect game. So that's what he needs to do. Number two, Cincinnati's rush defense needs to be better when they match up against this rushing attack that's been the best since Lamar has been drafted. Third, the Cincinnati rush offense has only averaged 69 yards in the last 10 games against them. That needs to be better too.
Wow, that is tough. So Mark's saying Joe Burrow has to be perfect. Good old defense needs to stop Lamar Jackson, and of course they need to rush the ball. This seems to be a common theme tonight, Mark, going into Week 5. Rush the ball, rush the ball, rush the ball. It seems weird we're talking about the NFL rushing the ball. What has happened? That is weird. But I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons how the Baltimore Ravens can win this week's game. This week, the Baltimore Ravens need to have a complete game. The Ravens have played 1 complete game all season, just one. They will need to play a full 60 minutes to hold off the division foe, the Cincinnati Bengals. So far this season, they have allowed comebacks versus the Kansas City Chiefs, which beat them in the fourth quarter. They let the Raiders come back from 10 points down twice in the fourth quarter, and then they let the Dallas Cowboys score 19 points in the fourth quarter. By playing a complete game, I mean give Derrick Henry the ball in the fourth quarter. When you have a lead, give Derrick Henry the damn ball. The first 2 weeks of the season, he had 3 total carries in the fourth quarter. 2 versus the Kansas City Chiefs, 1 versus the Raiders. Versus the Dallas Cowboys, he had 6 total carries in the fourth quarter. You guys brought Derrick Henry to close out these games in the fourth quarter. Let Derrick Henry eat in the fourth quarter. So key number 1 is to play a complete game, all 60 minutes. Number 2 is you got to let Lamar be Lamar. Now, I have been deemed one of the biggest Lamar Jackson haters, but the truth of the matter is he's a really good athlete. Actually, Lamar Jackson is a great athlete. When he's able to roll the pocket, run RPOs, and not be held in the pocket to limit his passing, he does great, and the Ravens normally win. So for a key for this game, I expect a bunch of RPOs early and often. Suck in that defense, and then bada bing, bada boom, hit Zay on the deep pass. So let Lamar be Lamar. Number 3, no rushing yards. Shut down the rushing game for the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals have averaged just 102 yards games this season, but when you make Joe Burrow one-dimensional, it gives you the ability to double-team Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase right now is a head case. Let's just be honest. Ever since the Bengals dangled that little carrot in front of him, trying to get those dollar bills, y'all, I feel that Joe Burrow is going to try to force Jamar Chase the ball. So if you limit the running game, make Joe Burrow one-dimensional, and try to force-feed Jamar Chase, and you shut that down, this team will self-destruct. So with that being said, guys, let me recap. Play a complete game. Give Derrick Henry the ball early and often, especially in the fourth quarter. Let Lamar be Lamar, run some RPOs, and then, of course, limit the rushing game. So, guys, in the comments below, let us know. The Ravens are the wow emoji, and the Bengals are the heart emoji. So, Mark, I've given you my spiel. I've listened to your spiel. Who do you got winning this game and why?
Even though I was given the keys for the Bengals, I don't think that they do well against Lamar, so I'm going to pick the Ravens.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I believe somebody said on Friday's chat that Joe Burrow is 2-6 against the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. 2-6. I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to walk all over them, unfortunately. So, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the comments here and see what people are saying. Kevin Cummings is picking, the Baltimore Ravens. John is picking the Baltimore Ravens. Jim Powell is picking the Baltimore Ravens. And my man Wayne G is in the chat, and he says Lamar Jackson shows why he's a number 2 quarterback in the NFL, and Joe Burrow isn't a top 5. Baltimore Ravens by 14. Mark, I consider that a blowout. 14 points in the NFL, a 2-score game. I consider that a blowout. Do you think the Ravens are really going to blow out the Cincinnati Bengals?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be a close game, but no blowout. But if it is a blowout, that might start the chirps of Zach, their coach, being fired.
Yeah, and honestly, Mark, I said this on Thursday's show on Way or No Way. I said if the Bengals do play bad and get blown out, beginning of the fire sale for the Cincinnati Bengals. So if they lose by 14 points, look for Jamar Chase to be shipped out of town. Look for T. Higgins to get shipped out of town. What do you think about that?
I'd be okay with that if T. Higgins is up for trade. Broncos need to be calling.
Of course it's your Broncos. But let's go ahead and jump some more people out in the chat here. Kevin Cummings says, in order for the Bengals to win, they need to take a play out of the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. Pay them refs. Slow it down, Kevin. Slow it down, baby. Alpha Rob says the Bengals because they need it more.
I would agree with that one.
And I disagree. I think the Ravens need it more because the Ravens start off 0-2. And we all know the stats about 0-2 teams, right? They have 11% chance of making the playoffs at that particular point. The Ravens' schedule does not get any easier. Of course, the Bengals' schedule don't get any easier, like anyways. But I think the Ravens need to get 3 wins in a row. Get that momentum going, right? I mean, the Bengals are just washed. They're done. Stick a fork in them. The Ravens still got a shot, right, Mark?
I don't know. Everybody shits on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I kind of like them. They're just one of those teams. They were always crappy forever. I don't know. I was actually surprised that Joe Burrow went there. I think the only reason he did is because he's from Ohio. But other than that, if there wasn't an Ohio team, he probably wouldn't have went there. I don't know. I like Joe Burrow and the Bengals, so I still feel like they have a shot. But you were right. 0-2 teams starting out. Yeah, Ravens need to show it.
Yeah, unfortunately, 11% chance is not very good. Lewman007 says the Bengals are still fighting for the playoff life. So we sacked Joe Cool 11 times and still lost. Bengals win. Okay, I see it. Jim says, why do you never see Joe Burrow and Ellen DeGeneres at the same place? It's because they're the same person. Not wrong. And John says, where does the Bengals run defense ranked? I do not have that right now, John. Mark, do you know what the Bengals run defense is currently ranked at by chance off the top of your head?
I don't, man. Sorry.
I think Kevin said 25th. So, I mean, that probably sounds right. AJ Arnott says, bang, bang, Niner gang. We'll be talking about the Niners coming up here, AJ. So stay tuned for that. John says, I made the right call. Lou Man says, who's your friend, man, dude? Well, I'm Buck, and this is Mark D. Mark D is from the NFL Experts podcast, live every Wednesday, right, Mark, at 7 p.m.?
Well, that's kind of on hiatus for a moment because Wayne, my partner, he left. So I'm actually going to be doing these Saturdays with you for the remainder of the season. And then maybe next season I'm going to start my own and do my own. And it's going to be called The NFL Expert. Okay. And it's just going to be me solo like you, Buck.
There you go. Put some speak on the name. Pick some speak on the main. And Kevin says Burrow didn't have a choice whether he went to Cincinnati or not. They drafted his ass. Facts. And Orange Crush, man. Orange Crush. So, guys, Ravens or the Cincinnati Bengals in the comments below. Wow emoji or heart emoji. Let us know. Next up here on this beautiful Week 5 NFL preview